Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop and my workshop blog for January. Roll the intro. So fellow woodworkers, if you watch these regular blogs, you will know that I always like to start with a little bit of a review of the channel and how well it's done over the month. And this month has been the best month the channel has ever had in terms of growth. I'm going to go over some of the figures with you in a minute, but the most important thing is I think I had my first, what I would describe as viral video. And by that, a video that not only performed brilliantly, which it did, but a video that made it, I think, algorithm-wise, and I don't know a lot about YouTube, but it made it a bit more mainstream. So I watch a lot of YouTube on my television in my lounge. I went in after I'd loaded my video up, switched on the television, went onto YouTube, and then lo and behold, right in front of my face was my ugly kisser promoted on YouTube. Now, I wasn't signed in as the Garage, in fact, I'm not signed in as anybody on it, but my video was there. So somewhere along the line, it had caught an algorithm and been catapulted. And when I came out into the garage, went on YouTube there, again, I wasn't logged in, same thing, I was there. So it must have been picked up. And that was my video on router guides. And that was one of the 3 videos that I've published this month. The second one on my track saw rail hinge also did brilliantly, and my Haichika sander review was the last video I posted last week. All of the videos that I mentioned here will all be in playlists or links in the description for this video. But that first viral sort of video was absolutely amazing, and it had a massive impact on the stats for the channel this month. So my views at the time of filming this are 8,535, which is 1,300 more than normal, a significant increase. The watch time was 909 hours, which again, massive increase. That's over 180 hours more than a normal or a regular month. My subscribers, again, a huge amount. I've added over 101 subscribers in the last 28 days, which is an increase of 47. And for those of you that are interested, I've earned £29.97 in revenue. So a brilliant month for the channel. In terms of the top 5 videos this month, well, number 1, obviously the router guides, which I just explained. It actually had at the end of the first day, it had over 1,000 views, which for my channel is unheard of. The second one was the track saw rail hinge. The third was my end of year blog. Again, links to all these in the description. Fourth was my Haichika sander. And lastly was my review of the Trend router table. So a massive thank you to all of you that are out there who have subscribed, particularly if you've joined recently, welcome. But a huge thank you to all of you. Without you, this channel just would not exist. And talking of subscribers, in case you don't follow him, Rob over at Weekend ShedHead has just passed 10,000 subs. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. If you don't know Rob's channel, please go and check it out. It's a brilliant channel. A massive well done, Rob. So fellow woodworkers, as you know, I like to suggest some YouTube channels or YouTube videos that I've been watching myself, and I've come across a few new channels for me this month, and I wanted to just share some of them with you. The first one goes to Rob, who I've just mentioned, Weekend ShedHead, and his review of the Parkside Ferrex work zone and more. Really enjoyed Rob's videos, and the best thing about Rob's videos is it sometimes saves me from going out and buying things myself, because Rob tends to buy everything that's made by Parkside, and obviously in this video Aldi as well. So some really great tips in there, some really good products reviewed in Rob's typically brilliant way. So my first recommendation is New Handy Aldi Tools and Parkside Ferrex by Rob at Weekend ShedHead. My second recommendation this month comes from a channel which I've just discovered recently, and apologies if the person that runs this channel ever watches this video. I think it's pronounced Owen Reardon. Again, a link in the description. It's a brilliant channel, and the video that I watch, making a hammer handle, perfect beginning woodworking project. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but a really brilliant video. And the thing I love about Owen's channel is, I've only watched a couple of these videos, but there isn't a table saw or a miter saw or anything electric in sight I've seen yet. He makes that hammer handle using really traditional, everyday sort of hand tools. It's a really great quality product he makes at the end. And if you've never come across his channel, it may be worth checking him out. So my second recommendation, making a hammer handle from Owen Reardon. Third recommendation this month is from the absolute powerhouse YouTuber that is Keith Johnson Woodworking. I should have said actually, Keith Johnson's got about 370,000 subscribers, I think, around there. And Owen Reardon, who I just mentioned, has got over 1 million, 1.5 million even maybe. But this one from Keith Johnson is a complete juxtapose with the one from Owen. This is machinery at its finest. This is top quality wood. Every time I watch something from Keith or from Bourbon Moth, I get so jealous of the wood that they've got access to. But this is a sort of follow-on from the desk he made, which you might be able to see in the picture. This is where he makes a $7,500 custom bookcase. It is a great video, lots of techniques in it, but it's just interesting to see the thought process. I do like watching Keith's videos. He's got a very off-the-wall style, which is really endearing. So if you haven't seen his channel or you don't know it, just have a look in the playlist for this video. So my third recommendation, what really goes into making a $7,500 custom bookcase by Keith Johnson Woodworking. Next video recommendation is from New Craft Workshop. Apologies, fellow woodworkers. I'm not sure if I have mentioned this channel before in any of my blogs. I came across it when I was doing some research into an upcoming project, and the video is called 10 budget-friendly Amazon woodworking tools to save money in your shop. It's obviously an American-based channel. I'm not going to tell you what the 10 are because I think it would be great if you went and checked it out and looked yourself. But what I like about it is, A, he's got a great shop. It's very roomy, very well laid out. And secondly, he doesn't go for breaking the bank type things. He goes for things that are within the reach of most everyday woodworkers. And I've certainly picked up a couple of things from these videos, which I will be looking into. So my fourth recommendation, New Craft Workshop, 10 budget-friendly Amazon woodworking tools to save money in your shop. Recommendation this month is not a video. My last recommendation is actually a channel, and I'm sure this sounds for something which I haven't picked up on, but the channel is THEGARAGEWORKSH Carpentry, and it is about a self-employed sort of carpenter joiner who appears to work in Birmingham, I think. Apologies if he ever sees this and he isn't. But what I like about this channel is, A, it's very, very down to earth. He talks through all of his jobs. He films a lot of his jobs. He tells you how much money he gets paid as a joiner carpenter on each job. It's very much day in the life of, but there are a lot of techniques in this. And I actually came across this channel when I was looking at how to do a door lining earlier in the year, and I've sort of popped back recently to sort of have a look at some of the techniques he uses. It's one of those warts and alls channels. I mean, he has his tools stolen a few times, and in the last episode that I watched, he had to go and borrow his apprentice's tools before he could even do his work. But I really like this channel, and I think a lot of you will as well. So check it out. Again, link in the description, THEGARAGEWORKSH Carpentry. Week. I have been out and about shopping, and I've picked up a couple of really good items from both Parkside, being Lidl, and Aldi, and I just wanted to share them with you because by the time this video comes out, these things will have just been in the Thursday special buy or middle of Lidl, so you should be able to still go and pick them up. I'm going to start with Aldi, and the first one is this accessory drawer set. Now, I bought this the last time round. I'm just going to grab it. here it is. I bought this the last time around, and as you can see, it's absolutely full to the brim with different bits and bobs. It actually weighs a ton, so I'm going to put it down. But the drawer set is really useful. All of the drawers inside it have got individual dividers. They're really quite long. Let me show you. I'm doing a really bad job of this one, sorry. They are long like this. You get these dividers so you can have them as a whole drawer, a third of a drawer, 2/3. You can have any sort of configuration that you like. It's a nice set. It's priced as $9.99, but really handy to put all those little bits and bobs you've got floating around. So I have my sort of hooks in there. I've got my like split pins. I've just got a range of different things in there. If you're in the market for a little bit of storage, check it out. The accessory drawer set from Aldi. My second buy from Aldi is this 1.2 or 1200 meter spirit level. Now they had a few different options of spirit levels in there. When you go in there, they had this like angle measure, and I've got a similar Parkside one, so I didn't buy that. But this spirit level is 1.2 meters. It's a bit longer than any of the other ones I've got, but not too long that I'm not able to effectively store it, which I have. It's got a really, really nice rubberized grip handles, and all three of the levels on it are absolutely true. Everything I've put it on in here has been straight and flat and level, which I knew it was. So for $8.99, which is what this was, I just thought that was a bit of a bargain, and it's something I've been looking out for and haven't seen. I've looked in various places like Screwfix and B&Q and places like that, but they're a lot more expensive there. The other thing I should say is it's got a really lovely finish on one side. It's got aluminium, brushed aluminium it has on both sides, but the whole thing is just quite nicely made, especially for a sort of price around $8.99. Can't go wrong, really. My last recommendation this week is not something I've got in my hand. I have got it somewhere in the workshop. I'll put a little picture of it up here. It is the Aldi crimping tool set. Now, I bought this quite a long time ago now, probably over a year ago when the set came out, and it's got a crimper in it that also does wire stripping and lots of different things like multifunction tool. But it also came in a nice little case with 1 or 2 or 4 or 5 individual little connectors that you'll need for pretty much most of the jobs you're doing. What I liked about this is I didn't have to then go out and get this set of connectors, then go out and get this set of connectors. Some of the things in there, I'll probably only use one of them, you know, over a period of 3 or 4 years, and there was just enough in each of the compartments to make me think, oh yeah, you know, I've saved a bit of money there. It's $7.99 now. Just out of interest, when I bought this, it must have been 14, 18 months ago, it wasn't $7.99, it was $5.99. So that just goes to show you how much things have gone up. But if you're in the market for a crimping set, or if not, it's just one of those things that it's nice to buy and put in a drawer, and then you'll get in the middle of a project and you'll think, oh, I wish I had one of those, and then you'll have it to hand. So my last recommendation is the Work Zone crimping tool set. So I've also been shopping in Lidl this week, and I've picked up 2 or 3 items from there which I think are really good, and for the first time in quite a long time, I had my first bit of Lidl disappointment, and I'll come on to that in a minute. So I'm doing a bit of decorating around the house and in the workshop. I'm halfway through a build which has required quite a lot of painting, and I always use a little mini roller, and in this week's sale from Parkside, they had a lot of decorating equipment, lots of mini rollers, lots of roller sleeves, and I'm particularly keen on the foam ones. So I popped in and picked up a box of them. Now, as you can see, you probably can't see, but I'll show you, there is already a couple of these missing. The box actually has 10 pieces in it, and I picked them up because I knew I was going to be going through a lot of foam rollers, and I think they were £2.99. Unfortunately, because the day's gone, I can't check on the Lidl website. They've moved all of this stuff off, but I think it was £2.99. Really, really handy, good little things. I will point something out though, they don't last probably as well as the sort of branded products. I've already gone through probably 3 or 4 of these in the bit of painting that I've been doing, which hasn't been that much. You get to a certain point and then the entire roller sleeve comes out of the sort of tube that attaches to the actual roller. So I'm not too worried about that, because for that price, not a big deal for me. But the foam roller sleeves, they've got them in cloth and lots of other things, definitely worth a look. Second item that I picked up is a masking film set. Now, they have got lots of different types of this, all denoted by a different colour on the side. This is a blue one, I've got orange ones, I've got some that are in 2 pieces. So very, very different type of product for Lidl. I've never seen anything like this in Lidl before, but knowing that I'm doing a lot of decorating and different things coming up, I just thought it was really great to have a set like that. And it also includes inside it one of those little knives for cutting the plastic, one of those sort of box openers, and that's in every single packet. I bought about 4 or 5 of these, so I'm going to have quite a lot of those left at the end. But I just thought really good. It's got the polythene attached to the masking tape, just dead handy to have around. And again, really, really cheap. I think these were £2.99 or £1.99 each. Not a lot at all. Now, the last product I'm going to bring to your attention from Lidl this week, I'm not going to show you it because it's an upcoming 10-minute tool review, and it is the Parkside HVLP spray gun. I bought this the last time it was around. It was about May time, I think. And I actually bought it to spray my fences, didn't end up doing it, and it's laid around in the garage workshop. And as I said, I'm doing some painting in the workshop at the moment, so I thought, great time now to do a little bit of a review. So that will be coming up. Really good so far. I'm not going to spoil or give you a spoiler by saying what I think of it, but it is in the middle of Lidl sale at the moment. Lastly, my first bit of disappointment with Lidl and Parkside. Advertised on their site for the special buys this week was this. Now, these lifter type clamp things, I've been after one of these for a long time, and I've done a little bit of research into them, and really good ones are actually quite expensive. The ones I've looked at are more like the 40, 50, 60 pound mark than this one. These ones in Lidl are £7.99 or 2 for £14. So that was actually the reason I went into Lidl to pick those up, and when I got there, no products in store. So I spoke to the manager and he looked at me and he said, no, you've got confused. Yeah, we're not having that. It's not around. And I said, but it's in your brochure. It's like, well, no, we don't always get everything in brochure. I said, it's in the website. I actually had to get my phone out and show the guy on the website that it was meant to be in this week's. He actually, to bless him, went and checked and he said, he could see it on the order, but he had 0 count delivered. So I went to another Lidl, exactly the same picture, and another Lidl, exactly the same picture. Now, I know from online and from reviews, other people have got them. From what I've seen, it's mostly in the south, I think, of the country. And obviously I'm in Manchester, which is in the north. So really disappointed because I have actually been after this for quite a long time. But who knows, hopefully it might randomly appear somewhere. But if you manage to get your hands on one, let me know in the comments what it's like. So, fellow woodworkers, that is the end of the January blog. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, please can I ask you to subscribe, like and comment. If you're a regular subscriber, please don't forget to like and comment. Let me know about any of the channels that you've seen or any of the products mentioned in this blog. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll catch you on next week's edition of the Garage Workshop. Take care, fellow woodworkers.